Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new here, welcome. I'm Bonnie, Old Soul Mermaid, and today we have an unboxing of the Luna Soul Tarot, a new production by Liminal 11. Now, I believe this is the second printing of this deck, and we are going to take the plastic off and see what's inside this beautiful box. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around. Now, as you know, I recently did a unboxing and review of the White Newman, a Sacred Animal Tarot, also by Liminal 11. These have come out so close to each other. And so now we're going to look at and see how this compares to this, because they're basically, from the looks of it, it looks like they have the same production quality. So, but we're going to take a closer look. So, you know, with the White Newman, we had the trapdoor box, and we discussed compared the card stock with both decks. So let's see how this one compares. Now, I was first made aware of this deck by, I believe it was Julie, Peekaboo Rose Tarot. And I fell in love with this deck and the images, and only to find that, it was no longer available. So I'm not sure if Liminal 11 originally put this deck out. Let me know in the comments if you know and if you have the original edition. Okay, with that, so, and also while I'm going through this walkthrough, if you notice any differences, because I don't have the original edition, put it down in the comments. All right, so this is the outer box and the side. The back. So it says, an uplifting healing tarot deck that reflects our beautifully diverse world. The Luna Soul is designed to uplift and heal with a soft color palette that gently warms the heart. This deck will wrap your intuition in a positive embrace. I like what they say about the color palette, because I can see the difference now. With the White Newman, the Modern Witch, and even the Cosmic, oh my goodness, Cosmic Slumber Tarot, the color palette was very bold in all those decks. So we'll see how this differs. Complete 78 tarot deck with instructional booklet plus 2 exclusive bonus cards. Now, if you saw my unboxing, or if you've seen another unboxing, the White Newman, that also had 2 additional cards. All right, so let's go to this side. This looks like it could be the Hermit card. So yeah, beautiful matte box with, again, the thumb cutouts at the side so you can lift a pretty strong magnetic trap door. Okay, so that's good. So, oh my word. Look at how gorgeous this is. Look at that box. That looks like it's probably the World card, maybe? Probably. And this, the Death card. How gorgeous is that? What's on the bottom? Oh, just Liminal 11. Okay. Ooh, it feels like these cards are not wrapped in plastic, which is good. Let's look inside the trap door and let's see what it says here. It's a poor sort of memory that only works backwards, and that's Lewis Carroll, my beloved Lewis Carroll. And inside you can see it's designed. There's some artwork on the inside. So gorgeous, gorgeous. Can we expect anything less from Liminal 11? Now they put out, this is indie quality, you guys. This is indie quality. I think it retails for $24, $25, you know, US. So, I mean, really, you are, ooh. I think I'm getting a little bit of the cardstock may be different just by touching it. Okay, so again, we see that I want to point out, and you can see how nice and bright and sunny it is on the inside of the box. This insert was removable in the Modern Witch Tarot, but then in the Cosmic Slumbers, it is glued in there. And when I got my first copy of the deck, I tried to pull it out and I ripped out a lot of this gorgeous interior that was in the Cosmic Slumbers. So I immediately sent it back to Amazon and requested another deck. And it is the Cosmic Slumber. It's glued in there, so I'm just leaving it in there. But the White Newman, I guess they've heard the complaints. It was removable, and I took it out, and it's removable here. So just to be forewarned, especially if you buy the Cosmic Slumbers. I don't know if they've changed it in newer printings or if that's still stuck in there. Just FYI. So, oh wow, beautiful backs. And the gorgeous hard, their signature little white book, which is hard cover. So we'll take a look at that in a bit. Just a little plastic sleeve. Okay, you guys. They listened. This is beautiful matte. Super matte. Not the sticky rose petal, but it is matte. This is indie quality cardstock. This is like what the new Hay House decks are coming out with. This is like what Ethany does her decks with, although she usually puts some silver edging. But I have the newest Liminal 11, the White Newman, and this is glossy cardstock. Not super sticky cardstock, but I don't know if you can see how it's shiny. This is not shiny. It is matte. Oh my gosh. So they listened. They listened. It remains to be seen if they're going to keep with this cardstock. Okay. So, oh wow. This is it's strong, but it's thin. It should be easily manageable. So what I think we're going to do is I'm going to find some groovy music, and we are going to do a musical flip through and then discuss on the other side. enjoyed that musical flip through. Now, as you saw, I had trouble towards the end as the deck got smaller to pull out these cards because they are very matte. Now again, I want to reiterate, it is not a rose petal finish, but they are matte and they are new, and it was hard to manage as the deck got smaller, but it's good cardstock, I think. I will have to say that this is my favorite Liminal 11 deck. I think between comparing the White Newman and the Cosmic Slumber, I would say that this is my favorite, and I will tell you why. Now I put the Modern Witch on another category because that depicts more of the modern day, and I think the White Newman, the Cosmic Slumber, you put those together and then you get a little bit of this, or you get this deck, except with the muted pastel-y color palette that I really, really enjoy. And these backs are gorgeous. They are gorgeous. I really love the color palette. It follows the RWS system with its own little twist, as you can see with the Lover's card here. But it has all the symbolism pretty much that you need in all these cards, as you can see. Here we go. So there's something that combines the kind of cosmic grooviness of the Cosmic Slumber tarot with the ancient and primeval vibe of the White Newman, and they put it together with this, with a muted though vibrant color palette, and I dig it. I love it, and oh my gosh, I don't know if this deck, well, I can see it happening, that I would reach for this deck before I might reach for the other two. But that's a personal preference. And look at this death. You know, okay, skeleton, kind of creepy, but look at the color palette and the flowers and whatnot, and it just makes it seem a little bit less menacing. So for somebody who's learning tarot, a beginner, I would say it's wonderful. Except this is a little bit creepy, how they're kind of like in traps in the Devil card, the two people, normally by chains, but they're tangled up in vines. And I do see a little bit of tongue-in-cheek humor in this deck as well. There is some race diversity and body diversity. Like here you can see the hair on her legs, and there's one, I can't remember where it was, where you can see the underarm hair in the woman. Really groovy. So I get like a 60s, 70s groovy vibe with this, with also some maybe ancient characters, you know, but then mythical characters here. As you see in the sun, you've got a unicorn. So I just think this is like so imaginative and so creative and so beautiful, and it's a fun world to delve into here. Very dreamlike, like the Cosmic Slumbers, but I don't know, there's something a little bit more accessible because there is some diversity in here. Okay, here it is. So you got the chest hair with the dude, and you've got the arm hair here. and the non-supported bust line here, which I think is so cool. They almost look like Greeks, don't they? It's wonderful. I dig the razor stubble here. It's wonderful here. The Six of Wands. You don't have the person on the horse with the crowd, but you get what you need. You do get what you need. Again, the diversity. So yeah, I would think a wonderful deck for a beginner, somebody starting out, who wants a good foundational deck. I think this is fantastic. Does this coat look kind of like maybe Peruvian or Guatemalan, kind of in the aesthetic, you know, with the colorful coats. It doesn't look like a African wax print. I love those prints. Here we go. But look at it's how wonderful is this? The cups, the color palette for the cups. And I really love this Two of Cups right here. Beautiful Three of Cups. See, all traditional images. This kind of reminds me of Indiana Jones and the Holy Grail, that movie, you know, where he has to pick the right cup as the Holy Grail and to drink from, and then he'll have eternal life. And it just kind of reminds me of that with the cups there, and then there's one above him. He chose the simplest cup, the cup of a carpenter, of a humble person, and not one of these ornate ones, and he was right in his choice. If you've seen that movie, great movie. Oh, I love this Five of Cups. She's just looking at regret of everything that's spilt. You know, she is crying over spilt milk or spilt wine or whatever. And it's really weighing on her. I like how that's depicted. This is really cute with the Six of Cups. I love the Seven of Cups. I love how this person is in water, thinking about all her choices. You know, kind of an emotional choice. The fact that she is in water really points to the emotionality of a lot of our choices. I'm a person who is ruled by her emotions, and a lot of my choices are made strictly from a gut, from emotions, and a lot of my reactions too. So that's why it's good that I'm married to a practical Libra, and I also have a practical Virgo daughter who they're wonderful for putting things into perspective. Eight of Cups. So usually we have a person on land moving away towards, you know, a mountainscape, but we have a person in a rowboat, which I think is a wonderful, unique depiction. The Nine of Cups. I like how he's totally serene on that lotus flower. Look at this wonderful diverse community or family, a family of choosing, and look how wonderful and happy they are. Look at this Page of Cups. Just the attire here and the hair, and it's so unique. This Knight riding with fish. Does have an unusual nose here, this king. See that? He's a creature of some kind, half human, half something else. Like most of us, we are very, very mixed. I'm a mutt. I am very, very mixed. And I love it. Look at the body diversity. So we do have, you know, more mature women, not with gray hair, but with different color hair. The Two of Swords. Now there's no humanoid picture, no human depicted. So let's see the swords. So far, you know, well, this one's pretty traditional. Okay, so we do have a person here. I usually like a person in my Two of Swords, but you know, it's a beautiful card and you get what you need. Ooh, you see all that blood on the field, on the battlefield there? Six of Swords, tricky navigation to get to a new place, and that, you know, whether it's depicted with a boat navigating, you know, choppy waters, or I really like this, you know, tiptoeing. And that's, you know, she better be on her game if she's going to make it. She has to work for it, but there will be a reward. You see the flowers that are depicted in this little piece of land that she's trying to get to. So there's a reward on the other side. Ooh, the Seven of Swords. And do you see how it's half in shadow and then the other half, this last sword, is in light? He's wondering about getting that sword or leaving it behind. And this one, oh, I love this Eight of Swords. Now, she's in a little bit more of a predicament. She's way up there and she's also blocked, but she does have a ladder to help her down and she could easily get out of this. Her wrists look like they're bound, but not so tightly. Her hair is the only thing blocking her vision. So yeah, she can easily get out of this. I love this. Look at the expression in the Nine of Swords. Insomnia. That looks like me many a night. And this Ten of Swords, you know, right through the brain, right through the heart. There's no blood and guts, actually. In fact, there's flowers at the tips of the swords. So, which indicates, at least to me, that these are not life-threatening injuries, not life-threatening dilemmas. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There is life. It's temporary. Though it doesn't feel like it when you're going through something. The Page of Swords. Now, these pages are very, very powerful. They're almost more warrior-like, I've noticed. Whereas look at this one is more whimsical. The Knight is more whimsical. And he too has that unusual nose that the King of Cups had. So interesting. You know, she looks very similar to the Queen of Cups. Yeah. King of Swords. I love these aces. They're all beautiful. Two of Discs. Traditional. So is the Three of Discs here. I love how there's different people collaborating. So a wonderfully diverse group here. The Four of Discs. Look at that. There's a key. Okay, there's a key on the floor. And he's going to have to let go of some of this if he wants to enter into that door, because he's going to have to pick up that key to get in. Interesting. I love it, you guys. I really, really like this. Now, the Five of Discs is, it shows more of a burden. Something I would get, you know, from the Ten of Wands, but I like it. I can go with it. The Six of Discs. The Seven of Discs. It looks like she's waiting for this tree to yield fruit, but it also looks like she's also creating something within herself too. Now it could be metaphorical, you know, it could be an idea, passion project, or something literal inside of her. I love this Eight of Discs. Look at all those beautiful creations. The Nine of Discs. So a little bit more simplistic. The lady in her garden, well, it's the lady in her vase. And if you're an apartment dweller, you know, that's what's going to be the case for you. Or if you're in a condo or a place with a very small, you know, garden space or no space. And it's beautiful. You know, you can create beauty no matter what circumstance you have. The 10 of discs. Look at these discs leading up to the home, and they're all, you probably can't see it, but they're all eating, having a meal. Outside, the sun is shining. Gorgeous page of discs. Okay, this one is a little less warrior-like. I love that this Knight of Discs is on an ox. Because usually we see the Knight of Discs, you know, surveying his land. The horse isn't moving like in the other suits, and you know, it's standing still. And I like that he's sitting on an ox. I really love it. Love this King of Discs. And look at this beautiful Queen of Discs. Oh, definitely in her element. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh, and of course, move this off to the side. We have the 2 extra cards. So this is duality. It looks like we've got a moon and the sun, and here we have Wu and Wei. And of course, with these extra cards, you can choose to keep them in your deck. When I usually do choose to keep the extra cards in the deck. Now, let's keep these out because we're going to take a look at the book. So first, so this is typical of Liminal 11, and look at, that's the inside. That's the back. And, okay, so this did originally come out in 2018. So you get a forward, an introduction, major arcana, it goes over the exclusive cards, the extra cards, minor arcana, how to read the cards, a few general tips, and it does come with spreads. So let's just, okay, this forward is by Darren Schill, author and Liminal 11 co-founder. Let's see, I want to see the introduction by the author and artist, and he's the co-founder, Mike Medaglia. He says, the universe likes to converse with us, and the tarot is a tool that translates the messages of the heavens into the language we can all understand on the most intuitive levels. Both Darren's and my motivation when creating the Luna Soul Tarot was to express balance, the core of my personal spiritual journey, through the medium of the tarot card. The rhythms of the sun and the moon, the soul and the Luna, are so deeply a part of each of our beliefs that when we look to them, we can find what it means to be human, to be alive, to be living in the cycle of this world. We are beautiful, we are ugly. One defines the other. We are small, we are large. Each measures the other. We express love, we express hate. Each breeds the other. Humans are duality. Each of us is a revolving sun and moon. This deck is an attempt to uncover the mystery that gives life balance. All this and every other teaching that could be possibly be taught contained within 78 handheld cards. And then it goes into the major arcana. Now, as is typical with these little hardcover white books, you get more for the major arcana. So you get a little picture. It looks like he has a little quote here instead of keywords. It goes into the cards. You get a page for each. But then when you go into the, here are the exclusive cards, the extra cards. But when you go into the minor arcanas, you go into the suits, you get a little overview no pictures, but you get an overview of each card. Just a few sentences, a couple of sentences. So those are the wands, and then it goes into the cups. No pictures, you know, of each of the cards. And then let's, okay, there's gentle tips. And there are spreads. So he has a 4-card spread, which is past, present, future advice, or positive, negative result advice. And we have the relationship spread. Very cool. And then we have a Celtic cross. And there's a specific one to this deck, the Luna Soul spread. Wow, this is great. It's a 6-card or 7-card spread? 7-card spread. And then that's it. So, oh, and then there's a quote in the back. In between black and white is not gray. It is all the colors in the world. I love that. Okay, so let's go and look at the exclusive cards, just so we can get in, you know, just a little bit and see what the writing is like. Why don't we read about duality? And there's a quote, the wind settles the seed of opposition at the zenith of self-assurance, and we turn and we grow. Where lies absolute reality when one thing depends on another? The great without the small, the beautiful without the homely, active without the passive. For each they are merely 2 sides of the same mountain, one bathed in light and the other cooled in shade, both of equal value. How do we judge by our own absolute standard when a truth for one may not be so for another? Our inner world's perceptions, experiences, each as unique as fate. What is fair to one may be injustice to others. An astringent binary rarely crossed. Observe the duality and know the interrelation. Perspective defines all. Very cool. And we'll just go with Wu Wei. The quote is, to act in accordance with destiny, nothing is simpler, nothing is harder. When we exert all our strength and effort, do we achieve the most? When we demand that our views are correct, how many do we convince? Is the victory that is Pyrrhic merely one step towards ultimate loss? Picture the stream. It flows across the land, adapting to the contours in harmony with the rocks and valleys, and slowly, gently, with the almost invisible display of force, the land erodes and submits to the way of the stream. Learn to allow. Do by not doing. Adapt. Take the shape of the circumstances you inhabit, and then, from within, gently do enough, just enough, so that your influence may turn the tide. Thus do we begin the story with a legacy in its heart. Oh, I'm digging it. I am truly digging it, you guys. Let's give this puppy a quick shuffle. It's going to be a little bit clumpy, but it's not really bad because it is matte cardstock, but it's sturdy. I don't think it's along the lines of the new, like, Sacred Creator. No, I think it's a little bit sturdier than the Sacred Creator's Oracle. Maybe along the lines of the Hay House Muse and Lightseers. It feels really good, you guys. It's sturdy, it's matte, it's strong. I'm not gonna be able to, you know, well, I'll try for you guys. Oh, I'm rubbish at this. But you see, my small weak hands could do it, but I'm more inclined to do a little side shuffle like that if I'm gonna do anything like that. I love these backs. I love this color palette. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. So let's see what they look like laid out. And I'm sorry, if I move my phone, I've got it sticking into my chest here, so. So beautiful, so beautiful. Really gorgeous. Look at that. This is a fun deck, you guys, and I think it's fabulous. This would be a wonderful, wonderful gift to a newbie or for yourself. Now, I will be honest with you. I think this is my favorite of the Liminal 11 decks. I think it is. Last thing to look at. So, okay, I have all of 4 Liminal 11 productions here, the mass market versions. I don't have any of the wonderful deluxe versions. Here is the Modern Witch, here's the Cosmic Slumber, here's the White Newman, and here's the New Luna Soul. So I picked out all of the Temperance cards just so you can, you know, maybe if you're deciding between one of these decks, you can, you know, kind of judge by the vibe. Now, again, the Modern Witch with these wonderful backs has the thickest cardstock, but it is not, to me, it doesn't put me off using it. Now, you know, a lot of people will watch unboxings and reviews, and you know, with my small weak hands, I can manage with it, and it's sturdy. It's gonna stand the test of time. Then we have a little bit, and I can see from right here, from how high the decks are. This one's the highest, and this one is lower, you know, for the Cosmic Slumber. They went a little bit thinner. This one's got a little bit larger of a border here, but I think it's cool. It kind of breaks up the very intricate artwork and colors. But then again, here we go with the White Newman, and I think the White Newman is a little bit, again, just a tad bit thinner than the Cosmic Slumber. And I can see the height of the deck is just imperceptibly smaller than this one. And here we have the Luna Soul, and it seems to be a little bit taller, imperceptibly so, than the White Newman. Now, this is the new matte cardstock. Let's look at these decks side by side. I don't think you're going to see much of a difference. These are the 2 latest releases, and because my hands are small, this is going to be hard. Try to line those up. Very similar, but when I had them on their backs like this, I thought that the Luna Soul was coming up just a little bit taller. Not much though, just a little bit. And it could be the 2 extra cards, but this one has 2 extra cards too. Now, as far as the cardstock, I went and got my Sacred Creators, because that, you know, just touching it, it reminds me of the Sacred Creators. And I also got my Light Seers. Now, I think the Light Seers is different than the Sacred Creators. I think the Light Seers, they did a bang up job. This is a little sturdier. I think a little bit sturdier. The Sacred Creators feels a little bit more matte. This has a little bit more of a sheen. So the Light Seers has more of a sheen. Feels a little bit thicker, but I could be wrong, you know. This one has a little bit more matte paper feel to it, the Sacred Creators here. And I would say of the 2, the Luna Soul feels more comparable to the Sacred Creators, just to help you make a decision if you like that kind of cardstock. I like it. Let's see. Yeah, it's normal tarot size. We'll compare it. Yeah. So I would say, yeah, cardstock, just for you to gauge, it's closer, the Luna Soul mat is closer to the Sacred Creators than it is to the Light Seers. I hope that helps. Well, that concludes my walkthrough unboxing of the new Luna Soul Tarot by Liminal 11. Well, it's the second printing. Let me know in the comments below if you have the first printing, the one that came out in 2018. Did Liminal 11 put that out, and was the cardstock different from what I described? Are the cards, are any of the cards, the artwork different from the original deck, from what you've seen here? How was the packaging different? Now, I would say that this is the new packaging, so I imagine that the old packaging was different, but how so? Was it a two-piece box? Was it more like the Modern Witch? Yeah, I want to know. And also, let me know if you already have this deck, if it was on your radar wish list, and what do you think comparing all the other Liminal 11 decks? Which one is your favorite? I'd like to know which one is your favorite. Now, will this new matte cardstock put you off, or will it make you more prone to buy it? Yeah, let me know all your thoughts, all your feelings. I love to hear from you. And with that, I will leave you to get on with your beautiful day. Bye for now.